No! God, please, no! 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 Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today I've got my thoughts on update 6.0. Now I'm going to give you my initial thoughts. When the update first came out, I was like, Jesus Christ, what have they done? That was my initial thought. As I've played it more, it's grown on me a little bit, but there's still a lot of things that are wrong. There's some, don't get me wrong, buried in this, there are a lot of good things, and you have to root them out. You have to look past the newfangled crap that we've got, and you've got to see it. Now, there is a lot of good things, but like I say, there is a lot of bad things. And this first part is the garage. Now, there's not as many bad things in the garage as there is in the in-game bit. The garage is something that I could learn to live with if they tweaked things. Things need tweaking, because there's a lot of good stuff in this garage, but there's a lot of bad stuff. But it wouldn't be bad if they made it more intuitive, because this garage really isn't intuitive. You have to really work hard to work it out, and I feel like this whole update has actually made it a little bit more difficult for new players to understand what the hell is going off. Because I feel like even though this game is a complicated game, right? Before the update, it was quite complicated, and I feel like the changes that they've added have made it more complicated. So it takes a lot more learning, and I think that's what we're all going to struggle with a little bit, is learning all the new little intricacies and things like that. So I'll give you my initial thought, and I'd probably say that this update is a 3 out of 10, 4 out of 10 probably. It's not good enough to be over half. Nowhere near. There's too many bugs. Like, obviously we expect bugs with big updates, right? We expect bugs. It's part and parcel of it. But how something could come along, how a big update that could go to a live server could have so many things that are wrong, is mental. Where's the quality control? How has this not been foreseen? Now I'm going to talk about things, and some of it I'm not sure if it is bugs, some of it I'm sure it is, some of it I know there's things coming out that's fixes. I just want to say from my point of view now on this. So, right, let's go into this. This little bit I've got here, where I'm looking at this tank, by pressing in the right stick, which is bugged by the way sometimes. If you press the right stick in, sometimes it won't let you rotate the tank like this, and it will just stick so that all I can do is rotate up and down like that, no matter how much I turn. So you've just got to click off, change tank, and it will let you swivel it around. Now this, I like this. This is cool. My only issue with this is that it's too zoomed in. Like, if I do that, tank barrel's gone. My marks of excellence have gone. This is purely from a vain way of wanting to screenshot my tanks, you know, getting good screenshots of stuff for thumbnails, for just cool screenshots of 3 marks and stuff like that. Now obviously this tank, that's fine, because it just fits into the screen. But other tanks where they've got massive barrels, it just doesn't fit, and that's a pain in the ass. This needs a customizable sort of zooming effect. So if I press the right stick in, and I'm in this bit of the garage, I should be able to press the left stick and basically zoom it left, you know, zoom it, have like a 3 zoom toggle like it used to have. So that'd be something that cool addition that they could do. Now this update, they've said, well, this update we've got, and obviously there's a lot of people that want to revert it. I kind of want there's a lot of things that they've put in that I don't want them to revert, but there's a lot of things that I do want them to revert, but they're not going to revert it. It's probably one of those facts. So what we've got to do is drill it into them what needs changing. We need to drill it into them and say, this needs to be there, this needs to be more customizable, so we can do that. And like I say, that's where it comes into in the in-game section, and it's definitely a thing in this garage as well. There's lots of things that need adding to make everything, quality of life changes to make it just that little bit more intuitive, and things that you would have thought were simple to see but just somehow have been missed, and I don't know how. like, okay, so I was going to go into the tank models first. Actually, let's do that, okay? The tank models, for me, on 1X, look decent, but they look a little bit more plasticky than they did before. But if we have to take that little bit more plasticky, which apparently is something that shouldn't have happened, and apparently it looks fine on next gen. I don't know, because I've not got a next gen console. I have a 1X. They look great. The maps look great, by the way. I like the look of the maps. It looks fantastic. Anyway, so if we have to take a little bit more plasticky look to it for something like these skins, then okay, because these skins, like this 13105, looks pretty awesome, right? I like the skins. The skins are great. Like the skins that they have on PC, it's fantastic. I really like them, and I think this is fantastic. So if it has to look a little bit more like this, and that's because of the technology they've probably had to put in to make this work, then okay, that sure. So yeah, they do look a bit plasticky, sorry, but that's something that they're working on, because obviously they've said that that's a bit of a bug. Like I say, I'll take it for the skins. Right, okay. So the next one on my list, because I have a list, I've tried to list it out so I'm not just garbling on about random things all here, there, and everywhere. The tech tree. This is complete trash. It's laggy. It's terrible. Honestly, like, how did they think this was a good idea? This is the old tech tree. If anything to revert, bring us back the old tech tree. This tech tree is terrible. Like I say, laggy. It's just garbage. Like, I'm not a fan of okay. Number one, I think when it says 506,000 to unlock the E3 for me, I think that's adding in the 119,000 XP till I unlock the T95 from the T28, plus unlocking all the modules for the T95, and that's all adding up on top of how much it would cost me once I fully upgraded the T95 to unlock the E3. I think that's the way they've done it with the linear progression. So when you see a tank and go, oh my god, it's like 600,000 to unlock the tier 10, I'm not sure it is that way. I'm pretty sure they're just adding up how much XP requirement it's going to be as you move up and unlock things. And as you unlock things on the T95, that number on the E3 will get lower. I think that's how it works. Don't quote me, but I'd assume, just looking at it, that's how it is. But I know that there's other things that they've done. Like, okay, tier 10, look at this. 885,000 XP for a T92. Now that's, if you look up the tech tree, it gradually gets more. That's what I'm saying about the XP requirements. Obviously, this hasn't been explained anywhere. I've not seen this, which is a bad thing on their part. They've done quite badly in explaining lots of the different features. Now, I think they're releasing game guides. I think I saw Pain God say that on the stream the other day. They're releasing game guides, which should be available in game, because it's available on the website, I think, which it's got to be available in game, because people, especially when they download this game first time, will not look at the website. They'll just play the game and go, oh, what's all this garbage? Oh, I can't see anything. I don't know. I don't understand it, and then switch it off. That's not good. It needs to be thoroughly explained in game, because I'm guessing right now, and that's just off of my pretty good knowledge of the game and all my years of experience, like 6-7 years of playing, that's what that is. That's a linear progression. That's, you know, so it's 251,000 from, yeah, so it's 251,000 XP basically from the M44 to grind up to the M4043 through grinding the M12. So that's how I think that works. But yeah, this tech tree's garbage. It needs to go. It's horrible. It's horrible to work out. The old tech tree was better. Just why? Why did the tech tree need changing? If you're going to make changes to the tech tree, like they have with removing things, just make it in the same way that they've done with the old tech tree. The old tech tree was better. I don't understand this change at all. It's horrible. It really, really is. I really don't like this tech tree at all, and I will slate it to the ends of the earth. It needs removing and rechanging. I think Pain God said it. I'm having trouble saying Pain God now. I think Pain God said it, that they're going to work on it and make it better. Well, it needs to happen quite quickly, because obviously this is quite a key feature of the game. That's one thing. yeah, so they just need to sack it off. It's terrible. I don't understand this premium tech tree, because I think there's, if I'm right, there's like tanks in random places that I just don't understand. Like, what is that? Because the heavy tanks is in this line? I don't know. Why is the Valor lower than the tier 6s on the mediums? Why do I have to go all the way up on the mediums? Why is that a thing? It's shocking. Honestly, this tech tree is bloody awful. Like, ugh, yeah, it's terrible. So, I mean, yeah, they need to sack it off. This is an Easter egg, by the way, this top secret bit. And apparently that's an M1A1M or an M1A2 Abrams. I don't know. It's an Abrams tank. Let's go with that. So that could be telling us that they've got future tanks coming up or something like that. I don't know. But that's one of the Easter eggs that you should be looking out for in this game, because they said there was a couple. Yeah, that tech tree is terrible. Oh, God. Yeah, it's bloody awful. Yeah, right. Okay. We've got the tank packages and stuff like that. Well, I don't know, because I've not got any tanks that are fully... Actually, no, I might do. Let me have a look for you. I'd say, because I can't quite form an opinion on it, because I'm not really grinding any tanks at the minute. So this new upgrade system, when you're grinding through a stock tank, I'm not too sure about. But I like the customizability of when you're setting up a tank. That's quite nice. By the way, I don't like this filter system. The filter system in this garage is shocking as well. Like, why do I have to... Like, if I set this, right, and I go, right, okay, I've just unlocked the T54 lightweight because, yeah. Well, I can do that, right? I can cut it down like that. But why do I have to click off? Why can't I just click on the... If I do that, and then say I don't want lights, I just say Russians, I don't want to keep having to click into different places. Why can't I just click on the T54 lightweight and it takes me to it in the garage? I can't, it just adds it as a favourite. That's annoying. But yeah, so this is a way of doing it. I'm trying to guide you as well when you're doing it on this update review. I'm trying to guide you in how to make your life a little bit easier to transition into this. So tier 9, I can click this, I can click that, click off, and it's the only tank selected. So I've just unlocked this. This is completely stock for me. I have no idea what's going off. So I assume as I unlock XP that these things will get unlocked, because that's the stock T54 lightweight gun, but I can't select anything else. So it must be as I unlock guns, I will get more unlocked. Okay, here we go. Upgrades. Okay, here we go. So I can as I get 11,000 XP, the suspension, which is the tracks, will be unlocked. Then that, then that, then that, and I can start to unlock these sorts of things. Basically, I can chop and change as I like. I think that's going to be confusing for people. I'm not sure. I mean, I found it quite easily, but anyone that's inexperienced at the game might not. Let me explain the good thing about that change, though. That for those of us who maybe have everything upgraded, we've got a TVP VTU, right? This tank is shocking. This is a poor tank. I hate it anyway. But there's a way of making this thing better, and that is, instead of having this turret, I have this turret. Yep, look, my view range, my DPM goes down, but if I fit, I've got to click off it. So that's really annoying as well, that I can't just go, okay, I'll go up and then click on that one, and it takes me to the gun module. I can't do it. If you can hear me clicking A, it doesn't let me do it. I've got to click onto this, then select a module, then click off of it, and then go to the next one. Why can't I just, if I scroll up, click on the next one? That's something I'd implore Wargaming to change, that if I go up, I can now select engines, instead of having to click B and then go up again and select the next one, because that just means there's more clicks, more time. Annoying. So this is the 88, right? If I equip this 88 with the stock turret, instead of having 6 degrees of gun depression, I have 8, and that is a customizable feature, which is lovely. And that's what we had that's what we were lacking with the package system, that ability to customize. So this is nice. Like I say, I can't give an opinion on grinding it because I've not experienced it, so I cannot give my opinion on that part. But this customizability is nice. So let's check out another tank that I've been waiting. I suggested packages for this so long ago, and I never got acknowledged. I don't know if it got acknowledged. I don't know if it got put into a list. I don't know if they just ignored it because they were working on this. I don't know. T3485M. This is one T85M. The T3485. This is one that I'm going to be looking forward to, because previously, before this update, we had to stick with the packages. If I wanted to use this dirt gun on the tank, I couldn't do it unless the tank was completely stock. Stock tracks, stock engine, stock turret, which made everything about this tank painful with the dirt gun. Well, with the customizable, this is the good one of the good things about the update. With the customizability, I can put this dirt gun on. I can put the top turret on. And I've just pressed the wrong button, so yeah, bear with me. I'm still getting used to this. So yeah, we've got that. I can now put the top engine on. Okay, this is what's so good. Ah, no, I think I've just put the I put the stock suspension on, which means that's reset my guns, hasn't it? Oh no, it's still fine. Yeah, so yeah, customizability, that's great. That is a good thing about this update, same as the skins. Okay, that's great. The equipment, let's go into the equipment while we're here. Now, different tanks have some of the different ones, like this advanced armor piece of equipment. I couldn't recommend putting it on and dropping it for anything else, but this paired up with a piece of a crew skill means you can basically take 10% less damage from shots fired at you, which is stupid. That adds more RNG to this game. Why? Why does this piece of equipment exist? Why does that crew skill exist? That's just so stupid. So basically, if I come across a tank and it's got 380 hit points even, and I have 400 alpha, I'll be looking at that tank going, probably 70% of the time, I should kill you. Well, actually, with me not knowing whether he's got the minus 5% crew skill and this piece of equipment, I could actually technically have 360 alpha. Right? 360 alpha, which means I didn't know that. So I'll hit him and roll for like 340, 350, 360, and leave him on like no health. And I'll be like, wait, what? And I'll end up low. You'll notice there's probably a hell of a lot more low rolls if people are running these pieces of equipment. And that is frustrating. I don't know why they've done that. I don't know why that's a thing, because this game didn't need more RNG at all. That is a bad piece of equipment. I don't know why they've done it. They shouldn't have done it. That needs removing. So, the rest of it. Loading time. Advanced loader, minus 10%. That's your rammer. It's pretty much wanted on most tanks. You know what? I'm going to equip this T3485M while I'm here. If I keep calling it the 85M, it's the 85. So, they've got all these equipment. So the reinforced ammo rack, I think was it the wet ammo rack, something like that. The fuel tank, yeah, CO2. The suspension, yeah, that's actually not that good of a piece of equipment nowadays. So, one piece of equipment they've changed. Camo nets. It's now called Advanced Concealment. Now this is a buff for stealthy stuff, because it doesn't need to set up a camo net now. It basically, I think, like I said, there's no real information I've seen anywhere about it, but I think this advanced concealment will basically give you the same as what a camo net would, but it doesn't have to set up, so it will always be active. It just reduces your tank detectability. So if you're running around with this advanced concealment, it'll give you the same or a similar bonus. I'm not going to say it's the same because I don't actually know. It'll give you a similar bonus while you're running around as to what the camo net did, but you don't have to sit still for 5 seconds for it to activate. I think that will be nice for TDs and those sort of passive light tanks. I think that could be okay. I don't know. We'll see. We'll have to find out the effects of that as we go along. The advanced optics, yeah, it's optics temp, yep. Spore liner, yep, same. Repair system, that's new. If you have that on a Actually, that's the toolkit, isn't it? Forget that. The advanced repair system is a toolkit. You have that with the T95, with the track mechanic and the new repairs general mechanic crew skill. You'll have like no repair time on your tracks. They'll just be instantly back up like within a second or two, which is pretty cool. Would I say drop things for that? Probably not. Vents, 5% crew performance, yeah. Engine, okay, yeah, protection to that. Obviously the advanced armor, crap. The advanced reload equipment piece. Well, the advanced reload equipment piece, that could be very, very deadly for auto loaders. Say you're in your T57 Heavy, and you have, I don't know, I can't remember how much it carries in ammo. Say you've got your 20 armor piercing rounds, your 16 heat rounds. I'm just plucking a number out of the air. And you've got your AP loaded, and you come across a Type 5 Heavy, and you can't really pen the Type 5 Heavy with the AP. So you want to switch to the heat. Well, you're stuck because you've got the AP loaded in, right? Well, with this, no, because you just press A, and it's automatically loaded. I'm not sure what happens if you do it more than, you know, if you were to just keep pressing A, whether it'd actually fully reload, I don't know. Because I've not tried it. But that could be a very, very useful piece of equipment. But is it worth taking over other pieces of equipment? Maybe not. I'm not quite sure. A lot of this update is customizability. So there's a lot of different tank builds, a lot of different skill builds, things like that, which is quite good because that adds customizability to the game. It's just stuff like that is detrimental, like this advanced armor skill, which they've added, which is just like, why? It's just stupid. And adds more RNG to the game that we don't need. But yeah, so like on this T35 85, it's not an M. Stop it. So 85, I'd take the loader, I'd take the vents, and I'd probably still take the optics. Just like that. This fourth equipment slot, right? I've got to click off it again to click on. This is another one that's really irritating. I have to click off. It's frustrating. This enhanced target info. You want to keep it on, to be perfectly honest. You don't want to drop it, because if you are, any sort of foliage gets in the way, or any sort of anything that blocks your view of a tank, you haven't got a clue. All that happens is your reticle just goes red when it crosshairs over a target. So you don't know if you're going to pen it. So if you spot a tank, pull back behind bushes, but you get spotted yourself, and you want to fire at it, well, if they've turned to face you, say it's an E100, you're side on, you can pen it in the side, right? Your reticle will be red, no matter whether they stay sideways on, or if they turn to face you. So if they're sideways on, though, you'll probably pen them. But if they turn to face you, you are not going to pen them, obviously, because you'll hit the upper plate and bounce. But you don't know that, and you haven't got a clue. And we'll come into something else in the actual in-game bit that's really annoying, that adds to the you don't know if you've penned them thing. So yeah, so this enhanced target info is something I'd probably implore you to keep on, because your situational awareness has already been damaged quite a bit. Everyone I've talked to have noticed it, that the situational awareness is kind of been hampered by this update in things that they need to change, that we'll get into in-game. I don't want to stray from that. That's the in-game part that we'll talk about later. But yeah, so that enhanced target info, don't drop it. I could not recommend that. Don't do it. Just stick with it in the fourth slot. To be honest, I don't know why it's a skill. I don't know why it's a piece of equipment. Why not just keep 3 pieces of equipment? Why do we have to include a fourth skill, equipment slot, whatever? Why is that a thing? That does not need to be a thing. So just remove it and do what you want, what this thing does, but just keep it in game. That's it. It's as easy as that. Just keep three equipment slots and remove that fourth one, and keep that in game anyway. I have no idea why they added that. That's one of those bamboozling ones that you sit there going, why have you done that? Why? I don't understand it. But okay, get rid of it. So we've gone through that. Obviously, there's this, the armor viewer. That now, since they got rid of the WWE and the Hot Wheels stuff, I can actually look at the armor viewer properly. I can look at lower plates. They've actually fixed that. This swivel system is what I'm going to call it. It's the swivel system. Is really quite nice for looking at it. I'm not sure what it really kind of glitches like that. That's kind of weird. Okay, I just noticed that. That's kind of weird. They might need to look at that, maybe. Or is that the... I have no idea what that is. But yeah, so looking at the armor viewer, it's much nicer. Obviously, I'd like to still see effective values in this, so I can actually see what effectively it is if I'm looking at a tank from different angles. But yeah, it means I can actually look at the armor viewer now and see different parts of a tank. That's good. And obviously, we've still got the module viewer, which tells us all of this sort of stuff. And why it still has the weird average values, I don't know. Because obviously up on the, I'm going to call it the tank card. That is a tank card in that top right corner that stays in the corner, right? I'm going to always call that because that's what basically what it is. So the tank card in the corner tells you the stuff like, you know, your view range, your actual exact penetration. But I don't know why they've still got stuff like damage HP 410. Why it doesn't do 410? You see it there, it does 450. Why are you telling me it does 410 damage? That's random. I don't get that. The 0.56 accuracy, that tells you what it is without the effective values. And obviously I've got no crew skills so in this tank so far, which yeah, I need to do. This garage is quite laggy, by the way. It takes quite a long time to do stuff sometimes. It's kind of annoying in that way. So yeah, there's all that. The crew system. Let's go into the crew system. Now the crew system is, I actually quite like it. Because the 9 skills is actually kind of like taking 12 or 13, which was basically all you ever needed. Well, actually, it's more like taking 12 skills. It's all you ever needed. You didn't need more than 12 to 13 skills, ever. Because then you start to get into the crew skills that didn't mean a lot and meant nothing, like parachute training and stuff like that. That I don't understand why they were ever in the game. And I don't understand why they re-included them in the perk system. But who knows? So the crew system, my one... I've clicked on the wrong thing. So yeah, okay. So let's get to one of my first big gripes, and that is playing a premium tank is a pain in the backside at the minute, and that is because I have to go into this third tab to then click on the crew. Cool, thank you. Pierre Noel, Santa Claus is now deleted, and then go on to that to assign it into a new tank, and then I change the filters and stuff. Why? That's just so unintuitive. I don't get why that's a thing. Why can I... Okay, so my first big thing with this garage, scrap being able to take the tank out into a game without a commander. That's just silly. That is incredibly silly. It's especially when it's free to recruit a crew that's 100%. Because obviously there's no 50% or 75% anymore. It's free to recruit a skill, 100% crew. So why can we go out into a game without a commander? That is just... It's dumb. Remove that, let me click on the tank and put a commander in it like before. Okay? Because it's so frustrating, right? To have to go over two tabs to then select my commander to change it, right? That is so frustrating. And then there is no way to tell where the commander came from. Before, obviously, I wouldn't be able to take my tank into a battle without the commander. So if I clicked on the tank, it'd say, please put a commander in it. And it showed me the premium tanks with crews in it, and I could keep clicking on the crew that's in a premium tank until it gave me the right commander and put it in. Well, now you have to remember where that crew went, because you haven't got a clue. You could actually lose the crew for the 13-105 by putting it in a premium tank, because obviously it can go into most premium tanks now. So you can actually lose the crew and not have a clue where it's gone, and be like, crap, where's my 13-105 crew? People like Swindle, who lost their crews anyway and have named their crews after their tanks, will be fine. But for most of us, we're just going to lose the crew. I haven't got a clue. I don't want to move my commanders from my tanks to premium tanks because it's just too complicated. I'm going to play a game, get wrecked in a battle, die in the first minute, and then leave it and go play something else. Probably forget about it for like 5 or 6 games, and then go, wait, I want to play my 13-105. Where's the 13-105 crew? I don't know. Because there's going to be like 10, 15 premium tanks with crews in it. And I might have to go through every single one to do it. But the thing is, I'm going to have to also scroll through all of my premium tanks to find it, because it doesn't tell you guaranteed where all the crews are in every premium tank. It's a pain in the ass. That needs to change. You need to be able to click on the 13105, say like pressing X, and then have a second tab for commander, and be able to put a commander in, or just completely scrap the ability to go out without a commander. And that's what I prefer. Just scrap the ability to go out without a commander, and you have to put a commander in. Now, obviously, there is the little icon, that little helmet, and that is telling you there is a commander in your tank, right? It's not obvious enough. It's not obvious enough I've got a commander in the tank. The commander should, with the amount of skills it's got, should probably go in that little area below the season tab, above the boosters, possibly. I don't know. It's got to go somewhere, because I've got to know how many skills I've got in the tank itself, in this garage bit, without having to go over to the Commanders tab. This Commanders tab is great for like being able to look at how many crews you've got, what crews you've got where, and you might be able to just scroll through and go, oh, I've got a 9-skill crew in the AMX-12T. I don't need that, so you know what, I'll shift it over somewhere just by looking through. That's fine, but you need to be able to look, and I want to drill that in. You need to be able to look at what commanders in your tank without having to scroll over to the commanders, and you have to be able to not go out into a battle without a commander, because that's just dumb and it's just ineffective. And lots of people are going to do that by mistake, and it's going to be annoying as hell. It's going to catch everyone out. It's going to be so frustrating. So they need to remove that, and that's what I implore them to do. Okay, so let's go. Now I've got past that annoyance, let's go into the crew system itself. I've done it again. It's annoying. I've got to go over to the Commanders tab. If you mouse over a tank and you click RB and go to the Commanders tab, it should bring you to the crew that is in your tank, and you can just click it and pick your crew. What's annoying, obviously the Andre's a premium tank, right? So for the sake of everything, say this is a tech tree tank, and my crew for this tech tree tank is another premium somewhere, right? If I click commanders, and it does this for tanks without crew commanders that's in a premium tank, it just says recruit. What it should do is, if I'm in that tech tree tank where its commander that's assigned to that tank is in a premium tank, if as well as that, this is another way they could do it, I can click over to this commanders tab and it will automatically be there. I just have to click on it and it will say currently assigned to the premium tank it's in, and I just change it to the tank. Or I can just click on it and reassign it back to the tech tree tank. I don't know. They have to change it. It's so frustrating. It annoys me to hell that they haven't thought of that. I don't know how they haven't thought of that. I don't know why they thought it was a good idea to make it so we could go out without commanders. It's just stupid. They need to. Yeah, I think I've made my point. How annoying that is. So commanders, let's go. I've not skilled up this 13105, so let's do it. Right. There's going to be 9 perks that you can pick, which I kind of wish it was 12, because I keep finding myself picking a build in crew skills and literally wanting 1 or 2 more perks, and then I'd have it perfectly set out to how I want it. And it's frustrating in that way. So, because there's going to be at least, I'd probably say 5 perks that you're going to pick that are pretty much going to be on every tank, right? Brothers in Arms, which is now called Born Leader. Yes. This rapid reloading, you could probably go without it on most extreme DPM tanks, but at the same time, why wouldn't you want to make your extreme DPM tank better? So you're going to have rapid reload on there, okay? You're going to have 6th Sense. So that's 3 of your 9 slots gone already, and they're 3 skills you're probably going to have on every tank. Track Mechanic is better than General Mechanic now, because obviously it gets your tracks back on quicker. And Reusable Consumables, which we'll get onto later, which is another bugbear of mine. It really frustrates me how they've run that system. But anyway, Track Mechanic is the best one to go for out of the 2. Because of Reusable Consumables, if a module gets damaged, you'll have a reusable consumable to be able to repair that. So that's my thinking, my preference on it anyway. And Situational Awareness. They are the 5 skills that I can guarantee you will want to have on every single tank. Every single tank. And that is because you want to buff your view range as much as possible. You want to be able to repair your tracks when you get tracked. You don't want to be sitting there for too long. Obviously, you want to know when you're spotted. You want to reload quicker no matter what. And it's actually, this is a buff for autoloaders, this rapid reload, because it's basically adding a rammer to autoloaders. And Brothers in Arms to make everything 10% better. Because why wouldn't you want to do that? Now, there is a lot of different skills. There is a lot of them now that you can toy about with. You can make different builds for tanks. I think this is quite fun to do. I think it's quite fun to min-max your tank in different ways via your crew skills. So I just think, I wish you had 12, not 9. I think 9 is quite limiting. But I also have a bugbear with these crew skills. Because, number one, this one is just hot garbage. Why have you done that? That's, again, RNG like that piece of equipment. If you have the two combined together on heavy tanks, you're reducing the damage you can take by 10% every single time. Add to that they've also changed, I haven't got the figure with me, they've changed the RNG in penetration rolls, so it's now like, it was 25% higher and lower, right? That's what you could roll higher or lower. It's now, I think, 5 or 10% higher and still 25% lower, which means you're less likely to high roll than you are to low roll. So add that into these pieces of equipment and crew skills. It's going to be a pain in the backside. You're going to get screwed over by RNG quite a lot, and that is annoying because it doesn't need more RNG. But there is stuff with these crew skills that are probably dialed up a little bit too much that does remove a lot of the RNG, which is good in terms of your shots, but they're probably dialed up that little bit too much, okay? Which is something that they can fix, because it's a fixable thing, that they can adjust the crew skills. Because you can make your accuracy 10% better. And I've just thought, I didn't in the equipment section, the vert stabs no longer work as when you are turning your turret on the move. They just straight up buff your accuracy by 20%. So beforehand, they buffed your accuracy by 20%, but when you were moving and rotating the turret. Well, now it's just a flat out buff to your accuracy no matter what, which is crazy. It means your accuracy, the accuracy build you can get on tanks is nuts. You can improve your accuracy to like into the 0.2s easily. Tusk, I've got Tusk set up, so it's 0.36 accuracy. That is nuts. That is crazy, okay? It just means you can make derpy tanks accurate and stuff like that, and you can make accurate tanks even more accurate. Which is nice, because obviously there's a big complaint of a lot of people is just not hitting shots. Is missing shots that shouldn't miss, and they just do. Well, it doesn't happen as much, in my experience. You tend to hit most of the time where you're aiming, which is nice. But I also feel with stuff like run and gun, which is 10% increased accuracy when moving, boosted with the accuracy in turret rotation, and then this steady aim too, 10%, and vert stabs included too. You can hit shots on the move really easily. You are going to get snapped. It's going to get very tiring very quickly of getting snapshotted by people, especially in derpy tanks. Like it's 0.36 accuracy in the Type 5 heavy as well with a derp gun with a HE. It's mental. Honestly, it's crazy. It's just accurate. The only thing that you've got to watch out for is the shell velocity. That's it. So I think this crew system is good. It's good for customizability. It's good for playing around with. It's good for builds. It's quite interesting because you can min-max things in different ways. So like I'm going to put, because this is a light tank, I'm going to put camo on it. I kind of want to put muffled shot on it, but the accuracy on this gun is abysmal. So we're going to put steady aim on it to make the 10% better, because why wouldn't I? And I'm also going to add snapshot to make it better on turret rotation. So that, again, I'm making that gun as good as it possibly is, because the gun on the 13105 is trash. But now I have the choice. Now I can either go and make it so it's better during turret and gun rotation speed, so just the rotation speed is better because it does have a slow turning turret, or I can make it so that this tank turns better because the turning circle, the radius and that on the 3105 isn't that great, or I can make it so I have 33% less chance to get set on fire. Now that is a buff, by the way. This fire prevention skill is a buff to what it used to be, because it used to be just less chance of getting set on fire through your engine. Now it's just a complete 33% decrease to chances of getting set on fire completely. which is better. I actually like that skill. That's a good skill to have. But with 9 skills, is it worth taking over a lot of others on a lot of different tanks? On something like the FV215B, yes, you'd take that skill every time because the thing burns all the time. And you'd probably think about firefighting for when you do get set on fire, it'll put it out quicker. But stuff like this, if you had that firefighting and fire prevention, you could probably actually go without a fire extinguisher quite easily on a lot of tanks that burn. So there is that. There's a lot of other stuff like this. Marks target, I don't think is worth taking on a lot of things. Comms technician. See, this is the thing as well. You might be going, where's recon and stuff? Because they've removed that. Well, there's a lot of perks like situational awareness here, which have become 2 perks essentially. So situational, this is what I was saying earlier on about the cruise perks basically being like, if I pick 9, I'm probably picking 13 to 14 depending on the perk, because situational awareness is actually situational awareness and recon joined together in one perk and actually buffed, because situational awareness gave you 3% better view range, recon gave you 2%, but now it's 6%, so added together it'd be 5%, and you'd have to train both skills individually and it'd take you a long time. Now you can train this situational awareness and it's 6%. It's actually 1% better as well. So that's good, because that's 1 skill for the price of 2, pretty much, and it doesn't take as much to train, which is nice. You've still got stuff like controlled impact, pain tolerance, I say general mechanic and trap mechanic, green thumb, muffled shot. See, I'm tempted to take muffled shot so I can fire from behind concealment and it doesn't affect my camo rating that much, so that's probably what I'm going to take. But there's lots of different builds. This is personal preference. Like, this is me looking at the tank going, I don't like that, I want to do that. See, it's tempting to take Iron Mace on these light tanks that have APCR as well, because the pen drop-off is horrific. So that's another one that's tempting to take. But that's why I'm saying, if I had 12 skills, pain tolerance, Iron Mace even, is one that I'm thinking I don't really want to take, because it's a waste of other buffs that I could have. But it's one that I probably need, to be perfectly honest, in a light tank like this. So that's why I'm saying you probably need 12. So you can take those perks that are sort of 50-50 picks, because sometimes you're going to have 5 skills, you're only going to have 4 skills of customization, because there's going to be 5 skills that are pretty much guaranteed you want in your tanks. So there is that. My big annoyance as well is, careful when you press X, don't discharge your crew, because I did it to my Progetto crew. I accidentally dismissed it by accident by just pressing it, and it just went, yeah, it's gone. Oh. So be careful when you're doing that. Don't dismiss your crew. Respecking your crews costs 90 gold. I can't do it by the individual skills. I have to respec the whole crew. That is irritating. Why can't I just select one perk and change it? I can't, because it says all skill slots are currently selected. I can't do it. That's annoying. That is a gold scam right there. Why do I have to change my whole crew to change one skill? That's irritating. That's going to get very irritating very fast. Change that, Wargaming, please. Make me able to just click on that skill and I can swap that skill out for something else. Please do that. That is my constructive feedback to you guys, okay? Please do that, where I can press A on that and go, oh, you know what, actually I want Iron Mace, so I'll click on that and add it, but I can't do that. It's annoying. Okay, so there's that. Now, I'm probably forgetting things as I go along. There's probably a lot of other things that I will forget about in this, so there's probably stuff that annoys you that I don't notice or I just forget to mention. So I'm sorry about that. There is a lot to cover in this video. This section in itself is already going to be very long, let alone the in-game part. So you'll have to bear with me. I'm doing my best here, okay? So that's a lot of this crew skill system. Like I say, it's really irritating. One of the annoyances that I've had with the equipment system, I've just remembered, is the removal of binocs. They've removed binocular telescope, or whatever, the binocs. They've removed binocs completely, which is a nerf to a lot of TDs that don't have any view range. Because while we've actually buffed their... but I don't know, because you can actually get some really crazy, and I mean really crazy, camo setups on TDs. So I don't know whether the binocs being removed is to combat the fact that you can make your TDs incredibly stealthy. even more so than you could before, especially with this advanced concealment perk. But the binocs means that if you've got a TD that was blind, you could sit still and set up binocs and you'd have decent view range, but you only gained that view range by sitting still for 10 seconds or whatever it was, 5 seconds, 3 seconds even. I don't know what it was. I can't remember what it was. So that's annoying that they've removed that. But if it's because of the camo, again, it's not explained. This is what they have to do. They really need to explain why each piece of equipment was changed, why each piece of equipment was removed. They need in-depth things so that you can go through and go, well, why did they remove binoculars? And then they've got a little slot somewhere that says binoculars removed because of these changes. Why didn't they do that? I don't know. They haven't done it. And that's irritating. Because you need all the information you can get with this game. By the way, the ammo types, if you want to change your ammo, you click down here and you do this. This is another in-game thing that is a bit of a bug. A bit of a bugbear for me, I should say. In that when you are in-game, it'll only give you the ammo designation and what the actual ammo is. You can't tell. It's pretty annoying. Like before you could tell that you were loaded AP, heat, HE. Now it's just these 3 icons which mean absolutely nothing to me. And that's very annoying. So these what are we on? Consumables. There we go. Consumables. Now they've got rid of the bug, which makes everything gold automatically. That's better. But again, it's very annoying because I've just did that. But I have to individually click off and then click back onto it. Why can't I just go up, select that one, and then replace it? Oh, actually, no, they've changed that. That was a bug. I couldn't do that. No, I can. Right, that's fine. Ignore me. I can do it. Maybe it's a bug with the equipment. Maybe that's a bug that they've missed. I don't know. Quality control. How this gets through quality control, I don't know. It's so stupid. But anyways, I'm not a game developer. I don't understand that part. These consumables have become kind of pay to win. They have. They've made it pay to win. And that is frustrating. Very, very frustrating. Because if you want reusable consumables, right? Basically, I'm gonna say this now. They've all become prem consumables in the way that they act. So they instantly. I'm not sure how it works with the fire extinguisher because I very rarely run fire extinguisher. But in terms of the repair kit and the med kit, they heal everything. It's not like the old mini one, big one. In the the big one, which was the premium one, healed everything, and the small one only heals one. They all heal everything. But if you want reusable consumables, you've got to pay big bucks. You've got to pay. This is not good for free-to-play players. Okay, they've not thought this one through. This is not good for free-to-play players at all. If you want to spend your silver, you put large repair kits on, and you get a cooldown of a minute, and you can use this repair kit as many times as you want, which is great. Obviously, as long as it's within a minute of using it. That's great. We wanted reusable consumables for years. That's fantastic. That's why the general mechanic isn't quite as useful. Because obviously if things break, you just use the repair kit. That's great. But if you want to use the cheaper one, which if I replace it is only it's way cheaper, way cheaper. Yeah, if I want to use the cheaper one, I only get one use out of it. One singular use. Why? Why is that like that? That shouldn't be like that. In my way of saying it, it's pay to win. Because if you paid the 10,000 credits for the large repair kit, you get unlimited use of it during a battle. Which is wrong, because you can't do the same with the cheaper option. Now, I'm not saying that they should both be the same, because then you'd be saying, well, what's the point? Well, the point is, right, that this should also get the reusable feature. But instead of a minute cooldown, it should have a 1 minute 30 cooldown. Or something like that. It should be longer than the premium one. That's the bonus of using the premium over the singular one. Or the cheaper one. But it should have a reusable feature to it. Not just one use and then you're done. That's silly. I don't get why that's a thing. That's bad, and that's pay to win. The food is now very good. And when everyone first got the food and started using it, it was like, wait, why do I have to activate food? Well, actually, if you look at it, you don't. It's got an active use and a passive boost. The passive boosts increases your XP you get on your commander by 10%, which is great. That helps your crew train easier. And it's got you a 10% bonus to your crew performance as well, which makes everything better in your tank. Accuracy, aim time, everything. That's fantastic. Passive boost is the same as it was before. Thumbs up, that's okay. But now, there's an active use that if I press B for 30 seconds, I'll make my crew 15% better. So technically, added together, for 30 seconds my crew will be 25% more effective. Which is fantastic, but at the same time, I don't know why that was necessary. It wasn't necessary, the food was fine as it was before. I think that's a little bit too much buffing. That's just too much strength in the power of the food. I kind of like it, don't get me wrong, because it does get you out of a little bit of a jam every now and then. I think I've got a chieftain replay I'm going to show you that I'm going to go through all the things that are annoying, and I use it in that replay. And it really does kind of help. But yeah, 25% bonus, which I don't get why they've done that. It didn't need it. It didn't need it, it just needed the passive boost. So, to me, that's a silly change. Probably an unnecessary change. It didn't need to happen. I don't know why they did it. But yeah, okay. Whatever. Yeah, like I say though, these consumables annoy the hell out of me. That needs to change. That needs to change massively. That is just, yeah. So the consumables are annoying. The crew skills are good, but they need probably toning down a little bit. Some of them need flat out removing, like that angled armor thing, because it's just crap. Why would you even think that's a good idea to put in the game? Because that adds more RNG to it. And yeah, it's frustrating. And you need those 3 extra slots because you've got 5 guaranteed perks that you're going to use. You need to bin commanders, not bin commanders. You don't need to bin commanders. You want to keep commanders. You need to ban the ability to go out without a commander because that's just stupid. Oh yeah, like I say, there's a lot in this. I don't know how long I've been talking for now, but this garage needs a lot of work, and it's annoying that it's come out to us in such a state, in the way it has, and that things haven't been thought through. That's what it feels like. It feels like they've come up with these great ideas, and then they've not really thought it through that well, and not thought about different little aspects of it, or they've not told us about it anyway. Boosters. I've just seen it on the screen. I'll remember it while I'm here. That's great. I like that change. That change is fantastic. All I have to do is press the left stick in, and I get my boosters. I can select whatever booster I want. That's fantastic. Great change. +1. Wonderful. I'll take that, because I can look at that. And I can press Y now, and as well, and it tells me what my different challenges are. That might add to the problem with it, where you put the commanders thing in. I don't know. They're going to have to find somewhere to put what your commander skill is, or if you could just press X on the tank, and then maybe where it's got that, if I press X on the tank, where it's got that little tank card in the top right corner, in the bottom right corner, it tells me what my crew is, right? Maybe that's a way of doing it, I don't know. They need to do that. It needs to be a thing. So that's quite cool, because I can see what my weekly challenges are and stuff like that. That's great. So what else have we got on the list? Oh, stats page. Right, yeah, okay. So if you go over to profile, you have your log here, which obviously just tells me everything I've just done in terms of showing you lot that stuff. If you click on this stats page here, I can now see, like I could before, all my tanks, amount of games played, all the little statistics on it, so the damage per shot, the hit ratio, all that stuff, how many marks of excellence I've got on every tank, stuff like that. My only thing with this screen is where does it tell me what percentage exactly I am in the tank, right? It's nice that once I've got 3 marks, I don't really care what it tells me, percentage-wise, but it's like, if I go down to one that has 2 marks on it somewhere. Type 4 heavy, I've only got 1 mark on it, right? Because I hated this tank and I got blown up way too much. Where it doesn't tell me anywhere what exact percentage I'm on. I have to play a game in the tank to find out, and it's the only way I can find out what my marks of excellence are at in a tank is by playing it. and finding out. I want to know before I take a tank out. I want to look and go, you know what, I'm close to the second mark on the Type 4 Heavy. I want to take it out and have a go. For all I know, I could be at 84.99, or I could be at 65%. I don't know. That needs to be a thing. It needs to add the percentage in next to that 3 number or something like that to tell me what percentage I'm on currently. That's one of my bugbears, but that's not going to be something that everyone is looking for. That's just me, generally. You've got this medal section as well, which I like, because it means you can just, you can just show off. Or you can look for interest. So, like, I can go to Epic Medals. I can click on Epic Medals, and it will show me all the Epic Medals I've got, like 188 Devastators, 8 Pulls, 2 Kolobanovs on this account, 12 Fadens. Or it shows me these stage rewards, or these group ones, so 36 Crucial Contributions, 231 Brothers in Arms. Honorary ones, like the Fire for Effect, the ribbons that you don't really care about all that much. Battle Heroes medals, so like 491 Top Guns, 3,533 High Calibers, I like this. This is I like this log a lot. This log is very nice. And I like this whole little section. It just needs little tweaks to make it better. Like adding the percentage, the Mark of Excellence percentages and stuff. That's the key card crap. So this section's actually quite alright. I quite like it. This is another part of the update that they did that it probably wasn't necessary, but at the same time, it's not that bad. I kind of like it. Personally. That's my personal preference. And it's nice to have all that. Like, before you had to click Y on the tanks and then you went through one by one which medal you've got. Now I just see a giant list of medals, like you can on PC, which is nice. I like that. I like this feature a lot. It's very, very nice. There was something else. There was something else quite big that I can't remember now. That is quite bad. Yeah, I can't remember. That's quite annoying because there was something quite big that I've forgot. Oh, if you could hear that, was the face palm. The effective values. This is very, very good change. We haven't got those crappy bars in the tank card. We now have effective values. Effective values. This is great. This is a great change. Fantastic change. Thumbs up, well played. This is something we should have had a long time ago, and it's great we've got it now. This change means now I can see effectively I've got 454 meters view range. That's what I've maxed it out to. I don't know if I've done that with the build. I could change that somehow. I can't remember. But yeah, so I've effectively made that better. And if we look into our modules, it tells us the effective of what it is. So this gun is normally 0.4 accuracy. It's now 0.33. And it's great that it tells me these things. Don't believe the damage HP and the near penetration, because that's just a load of crap. I don't understand why it tells you that. That's one thing I urge you, Wargaming, to change again. Change it to the stats that are on the card. Because why it tells me that my penetration is 189 when it's not, I don't know. 234 is your penetration if you look on your tank card. But 0.33 accuracy with my crew skills and my little boosts and my equipment. So this is a thumbs up. This is thumbs up. And I'm going to show you what I mean with Tusk. I'm on French, aren't I? Right, mercenary. We're going to add the mercenaries in. I say it's just a ball ache to maneuver. It's why it needs little bits of tweaking. So here we are with the Tusk. I've got 490 meters view range nearly, with it fully sort of view ranged out. I dropped the rammer to add vents because I've got the crew skill, which gives me 10% better reload. And you should, for me, I always think I shouldn't be relying on the reload of a derp gun. So I'd rather max out everything else to make the tank better in every other way, and the reload is a perk, is a bonus. So that 10% means I can drop the rammer and add the vents, which makes my reload better and makes everything else better anyway. So that's nice. But if we look at the Tusk here and go to the gun, 0.36 accuracy. What? So this is what I'm on about, where it's going to get old fast when you have derpy tanks hitting you on the move and snapshotting you very easily. I feel like that's something we're going to find out the more we play, that's going to become a pain in the backside. And it's why I'm saying we possibly need to tone down some of the equipment, they need to tone down some of these skills. But that's things we can change as we go along. The customizability is very nice, that's what I like about this. But yeah, so that effective values we get in the garage now is very, very nice. It's good. And by the way, still concealment, the lower that number is, the better your camo rating, because that's, I think, what people can detect you at with probably 445. I don't know. I actually don't know. But I know that the lower that still concealment rating is, the better your camo rating. I've got that quite low on some tanks. I think I kitted out the 13105 for it, so let's have a look, because that's quite stealthy. If we go to TDs, so this has got everything in it. Has it got a commander in it still? No, apparently not. Okay, I can't show you because I don't know what my commander is. I don't know where the commander would be for this, but still concealment's 223 meters. Look, that's really good. And if I put a commander in this, that's really, really good. With its camo rating, I could get that even lower. The E25 is going to be nuts. Also, the DPM builds are going to be mad. Like the Tiger 131 is going to have a sub 4 second reload. The Object 140 has a 4.5 second reload. It's nuts. You can get the Object 430 down to just at 4 seconds, or nearly 3.9 seconds. It's crazy. Like, this is what I'm saying, that they might have overdone it with some of the skills. 10% buff to reload, the same as a rammer. Maybe change it to 5%. I don't know. I can see that being quite bad in the future, and maybe speeding up games too, which we didn't need. That might be an adverse effect of that, but I don't know. We'll have to see in the future as the game progresses. Let's also, while we're here, because we can have a look at that in depth, if it's still got it in here, I don't know. Please don't have deleted it from all these extra things. Here we go. Right. The end screen. Let's go through this end screen while we're here. Like I say, if I forget anything, forgive me please, because I'm going through everything I can. I wrote down a load of different stuff. I've got a page here that I'm trying to, I probably should have labelled it out a little bit better, but I'm trying to pick out little bits of it so I can go through it for you guys, so you can see comprehensive bits of the update, so I can hopefully help you out a little bit in transitioning. I just want to help you guys out, because it was a pain in the ass for me. I hated having to do this. It was horrible. It's been horrible. I'm still adjusting. I don't know if I'm still a big fan of it, to be honest, but I can live with the stuff in the garage. It's the in-game stuff that needs to change a lot more than the garage stuff. They just need to add, the garage stuff has a lot of sort of semi-bad things that if they tweaked it could be okay. So that the garage stuff isn't the end of the world, they just need to change stuff. You know, that's why I'm doing this video. I'm putting my opinion of it across to you guys and telling them what I want them to, because obviously they could listen to me, they could not, but I want them to listen to this and say, oh, he's got a point, or no, we can't do that, or stuff like that. I just want to give them a pointer as to why I want things changing, basically. So we're on this screen here. Okay, this personal bit, I'm grinding the T71DA to unlock the T69. So that's quite nice that it's telling me I've unlocked 37,000 XP. I've gained the 4,771 XP, and that's moved up. I'm now, you know, I need 118,000 to unlock the next tank. So that progression, that telling me what progression I've made is nice. I like that. That's quite good. The commander rank thing, that'll be nice for when you're training up crews, because you can actually physically see how much in the game bit, instead of it just saying, oh, their mastery of this has improved. You can actually physically see how much improvement has gone into your commander, which is, again, another nice change. I like that. That's good. In your earnings, that's nice as well, because obviously it tells you how much silver you earn, how much vehicle XP you earn, how much free XP you earned in this game. That's very nice. And how much XP is going to your commander as well. That's also very nice. I like that. That's nice. That's nice. I think it kind of looks clean. It looks a little bit too futuristic for me, personally. I wish it was a bit more World War II-y. You know, that sort of era. But it looks more like futuristic, which the whole game seems to look a bit more futuristic, which is annoying, because it's a World War II tank shooter. But at the same time, they might be introducing these new tier 10, 11, these new tier 11 tanks. That's what I'm guessing with that redacted bit. So maybe that's what they're aiming for. I don't know. Does look a little bit too futuristic though. So this screen here is quite nice. I like that. It tells me how many destroyed, the damage, the direct hits, the assisted, how much assisted I got, how much I blocked, how many detections I got in that. That's nice. Medals. Tells me what medals I got, which, okay. I don't know why it needed this separate screen, why that probably couldn't be fitted somewhere on here, I don't know. I don't know what they were thinking for space, for maybe uncluttering it, I don't know. But the medals is in its own tab, and if you have a mark of excellence, it will just be on, it'll be in that as well, and you can see what mark of excellence you're at now through that. And then you've got the scoreboard, which is bugged, obviously, because there's lots of bugs all over the place. It's bugged, but look, I got the most base XP. I'm 14th in the team apparently. I got MVP as well though. I did get MVP in this game, but for some reason I'm 14th on the leaderboard. I don't get that. But that's the bug. That is truly a bug. Okay, because look, 426 is lower than all these guys. So yeah. The one thing that is bad about this screen is where's my detailed statistics? Where's how many shots are fired? Where's how many shots are fired to pens? You know, so because before obviously I could look and I could go, oh, I fired 22, I hit 16 and pen 10. There's no information on that anywhere. That is annoying. I want that back. I know a lot of people will want that back. So please give us that back. We really need that. It's not the end of the world, but at the same time, it's nice to have it. It's nice to know. And it's also nice to know what we did to people. So obviously, if you're playing a dirt gun, when you pen people, it's nice to go through the end game statistics and go, oh, I killed that guy's commander and gunner. I can't look. I have no idea. Zero idea. Can't do anything. That's bad. I need to know these things. Or I don't need to know these things, but I want to know these things. And you've taken that away from me. We've had that for so long. I just want to know. So, and also I want to know, as well as that, you have the detailed statistics of how much your ammunition cost you in a game, how much consumables cost you, and how much you actually earn, and how much they were taken off of that silver tally. So that, if you clicked on that detailed statistic, so we need that back so we can see it, and so we can see what the cost of things is. Because as well as that, it told you when you lost gold. So there's a bug at the minute with some of the ammunition. They fixed it on the consumables, so it doesn't charge you gold anymore. But some of the ammunition sometimes resets back to plain gold. And if you were firing gold, it would tell you, if you clicked on the detailed statistics, oh, gold cost 50. Well, there's nowhere to tell us that anymore, so we don't know unless we look up at our gold and go, wait, I've lost like 200 gold. What happened? So we need that back. That is annoying. I want that back to my end screen. Generally, like, I just need it back. So, I mean, the end screen, they've added some nice things. They've made some things better, like that rank, you know, seeing how much XP going into your commander and how close you are to a new crew skill and stuff like that, rather than it just saying, oh, it's improved. You can physically see it on this screen. I like that. That's good. That's nice. And, yeah, I'll take that. So let me just check my page of things. Yeah, where's my advanced stats? Yeah, we've done that. Stats page is quite nice, except for the MOE change. The garage needs a lot of work on it because it's pretty trash panda at the minute. It needs a lot of tweaking. It's not the end of the garage. Isn't the end of the world, but it just needs a lot of tweaking. The thing that is the end of the world is the tech tree. It's bloody awful and needs changing. Get rid of that thing and just rip it out and give us the old one back. I'd take that in a heartbeat, because it's just shocking. It's a shocking tech tree. The tank skins look slightly plasticky for me on 1X. I know apparently it's worse on the Xbox One. Apparently it's not supposed to be like that. That's a glitch with the models. Even if they look slightly worse after they fix the plastickiness, I'll take it looking only slightly tiny bit worse if we can get skin, if we can keep the skins, because the skins look awesome. There's a lot of different tanks that have skins that look great. They do cost a bit at 2,000 gold, but they are optional, and they cost less than normal camos. So, if you want to make your tank look cool, you can pay for it, which is fine by me. That's good pay. That's good payment stuff. That's a good way to support the game rather than buying things that are OP, pay to win, if you catch my drift. So we'll take that. So I think after all that, I'm pretty much done complaining about this tech tree. Oh, well, we've got the season pass here as well. The season pass is... yeah. This is okay. Generally. It explains things. If I click on them, probably it'll give me... oh, it shows me the different ones for each one. That's fine. If we go on seasons as well, it tells me the contracts that are available, I think, whenever they happen, whenever they come back, and it tells me my daily ops as well on this season tab. So this is okay, I'd say. It's not that confusing. You know, you can work it out pretty much. So that's not an end of the world change. That's okay. Let's have a look at the store, see what they've done. Yeah, the store is pretty much the same as it was last time. There's not much has changed in that in itself, which is okay. So we've got all this here. So all the tanks are on sale and stuff, so that's okay. The season in itself, that's expensive, 18, I don't know, I couldn't say buy the Ultimate Pass, don't spend 18k gold on that. Because you can earn the Concept 1B and the 268 version 5, and they're probably, well, the 268 version 5 anyway is definitely the one you want. Because for some reason they nerfed the Concept 1B and they changed, sorry, the Concept 1B and the STRK from what they are technically on PC, although the STRVK isn't out on PC, so that hasn't got any defined stats, that's still being balance changed, so take what you will of that. The Concept 1B now has a horrible reload, but you can earn that one for free, but it now has it looks like a nasty reload, but with all these DPM changes we can make, maybe it won't be that bad. We'll see, that's to be decided until I actually play the tank. They buffed the 268 version 5 because it's a Russian server exclusive for Clan Wars reward tank for them, their clans and stuff, and they have basically changed that tank a lot. They've buffed it to 850 alpha from 750. They've also increased the reload slightly, so the DPM's up. It's basically a Russian E4, and I'm not sure. Haven't played it, so I can't say if it's better or not. But yeah, the season pass, as well as that, the tanks look great. They don't look like Hot Wheels tanks. They actually fit what the game kind of looks like. I don't mind the way they look. Obviously, the bayonet knife on the Concept 1B is random, but hey ho, we'll take it. It's fine. They look way better than Hot Wheels. So this is a long review of the garage, but I hope I went through everything. I hope I went through everything for you guys. I hope I've showed you all the things that are good, and I hope I've showed you all the things that I hate and I want them to change. And there's quite a lot that I want them to change. There's quite a lot of things that are quite bad. There's quite a lot of things that are okay though. So yeah, the garage needs changing. It's in-game stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip over to a replay and show you guys stuff that annoys me in these replays. So I'll be back in a second.